Banking industry is like a backbone for every economy. Without banking industry, we can't even imagine the things. Let's say that you want to construct your house, you want to expand your business, you will take loan from the bank. That's why banking sector in India, which will play a very important role. Nowadays, banking industry in India, which is one of the fastest growing sector, supported by strong economic growth in India, increasing disposable income, easy credit access, digital payment, which will fuel the growth of banking industry in India. Hello friends, this is Vijay and welcome back to my channel. Friends, in this video, I would like to discuss about top 5 banking stocks where Goldman Sachs, they are very much bullish about these 5 stocks. Friends, in this video, I would like to discuss more about these 5 banking stocks. Friends, you can stay till the end because you'll be learning a lot in this video. Let's get started. Friends, before we get into the stocks, I would like to discuss 5 points you need to check before investing into any banking stocks. The first one is CASA ratio, current account and savings account. Bank should have good amount of deposits in current accounts and savings account. When bank has a good amount of deposits, it is easy to give loan for the people. That's the reason bank should have higher deposits in current account and savings account. Next one is strong loan book. The main business of the bank is to give loan for the people. When people want to construct a house, they want to expand their business, they will take loan from the bank. Bank will charge some interest. This is the main business of the bank. Hire the loan book, which is good for the bank. Next one is strong underwriting process. Once you apply for the loan, bank will not give loan immediately. There will be an underwriting team. They will cross check with your all the details, our financial history, our deposits, our transaction. In case if you have taken any loan earlier, how you have paid all the loans. So all the details they will check, then only they will process our loan. For that we call it as a underwriting process. This underwriting team has to be very strong, very transparent, then only NPA will reduce. If you don't have a strong underwriting process, because of one bad loan, bank will go bankrupt. I would like to give one example. During the 1990, Kotak Bank and Yes Bank both were started at the same time. Right now, Kotak Bank has been a biggest wealth creator. Yes Bank has been a biggest wealth destroyer. The major reason is Kotak Bank has a strong underwriting process before processing any loan. They will check every details thoroughly. In underwriting process, Yes Bank has failed a lot. So that's the reason bank got into the trouble. Next one is net NPA. What do you mean by net NPA? The main business of the bank is to give loan to the people. When bank will give loan to the people, it doesn't mean that all the loans are going to recover. Here and there, some loans they are not going to recover. For that, we call it as a net NPA. Lower the net NPA, which is good for the bank. Next one is net interest margin. What do you mean by net interest margin? I would like to give one example. Let's say that person called Sachin. He will do the FD into the bank for 1 year. Let's say that bank is going to give around 6% of interest. In one more side, the person called Saurav. He wants to construct his house. He will take loan from the bank. For that, bank will charge around 12% of interest. In one side, for Sachin, bank is going to give around 6% of interest. In another side, for loan, bank is going to charge around 12% of return. For that, we call it as a net interest margin. Friends, the main business of the bank is to give loan to the people. In one side, bank will collect FD from the people. In another side, bank will give loan to the people. When bank will give loan to the people, it will charge some interest. This is how bank will make the profit. Friends, now I would like to discuss about 5 banking stock where Goldman Sachs they are very much bullish. Friends, you can stay till the end because you will be learning a lot in this video. Let's get started. The first stock in the list is which is HDFC Bank, one of the leading private sector bank in India. Currently loan book which is stood at 25 lakh crore. If you look at the key financial ratio, CASA ratio which is stood at 48%. If you look at the net interest margin which is stood at 3.89%. If you look at the net NPA, which is stood at 1.17%. If you look at the shareholding pattern, currently foreign portfolio investors, they're having around 47% of shareholding pattern. If you look at the DIs, they are the net buyers, 21%, 22%, 24%, 27%, 28%. Right now, they are having around 33% of shareholding pattern. If you look at the stock is currently trading at 1600 with a P of 18. Next stock in the list is which is ICICI Bank, one of the fastest growing bank in India. Bank has got strong loan book. If you look at the key financial ratio, currently CASA ratio, which is stood at around 39 percentage. If you look at the net interest margin, which is 4.57 percentage. If you look at the net NPA, which is 0.44 percentage, which is very low, which is very good for the bank. If you look at the shareholding pattern, currently foreign portfolio investors, they're having around 44 percentage of shareholding pattern. If you look at the DIs, they are the net buyers, 41 percentage, 42 percentage, 43 percentage, currently which is stood at 45 percentage. If you look at the stock is currently trading at 1100 with a P of 17. The next stock in the list is which is Kotak Mahindra Bank, one of the leading private sector bank in India. Bank provides various home loans, loan against property, corporate banking, working capital loan, personal loan, consumer durable loans, commercial vehicle loan, tractor loans, and other credit card services. If you look at the key financial ratios, CASA ratio, which is currently stood at 52 percentage. If you look at the net interest margin, which is 5 percentage. If you look at the net NPA, which is 0.6 percentage, which is very low. If you look at the shareholding pattern, currently promoters they're having around 25 percentage of shareholding pattern. If you look at the FIS, they're currently having around 38 percentage of shareholding pattern. If you look at the DIs, they are the net buyers, 14 percentage, 15 percentage, 17 percentage, 19 percentage, 20 percentage. Right now, which is stood at 23 percentage. If you look at the stock is currently trading at 1700 with a P of 20. Next stock in the list is which is Axis Bank, one of the fastest growing bank in India, third largest private sector bank in India, as well as fourth largest credit card issuer in India. Bank has got strong loan book and clean balance sheet, good improvement in asset quality. If you look at the key financial ratio, CASA ratio, which is stood at 43 percentage. If you look at the net interest margin, which is 4 percentage. If you look at the net NPA, which is 0.31 percentage, which is very low. Look at the shareholding pattern. Currently, promoters they're having around 8 percentage of shareholding pattern. If you look at the FIS, they're having around 53 percentage of shareholding pattern. If you look at the DIs, they are the net buyers, 24 percentage, 25 percentage, 30 percentage, 31 percentage, 32 percentage. Right now, which is stood at 30 percentage. If you look at the stock is currently trading at 1200 with a P of 13. Last one is Federal Bank, one of the fastest growing bank in India, which is incorporated in 1931. Basically, this bank is from Kerala. Earlier, bank was present only in Kerala. Now, bank has grown from regional bank to pan-India bank under the leadership of Mr. Sham Srinivasan. If you look at the key financial ratio, CASA ratio, which is stood at 30 percentage. If you look at the net interest margin, which is stood at 3.19 percentage. If you look at the net NPA, which is stood at 0.64 percentage, which is very low. If you look at the shareholding pattern, right now, foreign portfolio investors, they're having around 28 percentage of shareholding pattern. If you look at the DIs, they're the net buyers, 43 percentage, 44 percentage right now, which is stood at 45 percentage. If you look at the stock is currently trading at 160 with a P of 10. Friends, if you summarize the point, in this video we discussed about 5 points you need to check before investing into banking stock. First one is CASA ratio, second one is strong loan book, third one is strong underwriting process, fourth one is net interest margin, fifth one is net NPA. As well as we discussed about 5 banking stock. The first one is HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, Kotak Bank, Federal Bank. Friends, I hope you find this video useful. If you like this video, please do subscribe, please do share it with your community. If you want to learn more about investment, you can explore my online course. Thank you so much.